Welcome, Wanderer. There's one huge mistake you can make in the beginning, and that would be choosing the wrong weapon. You will begin the game with a spear and also with a one-handed sword. Those are your starting weapons, and they already take you quite far if you wish to only use these. However, after activating your first campfire and revealing more parts of the map, you're tasked with molesting a bear with your Tai Chi arts, throwing him into a wall, and then you meet this vendor who's stuck in a precarious situation. No worries, you absolutely cannot miss the vendor. And this specific vendor will offer you 4 different weapons. You can choose between the healing fan, the glaive, more a tank weapon, then we get the dual blades, full DPS, and also the DPS long range umbrella. Quite cool. All 4 of these weapons are quite fun and amazing to play, and they're strong. They will carry you throughout the game. That being said, choosing the fan, for example, would be a ginormous mistake. In Where Winds Meet, in order to actually use other weapon and equip other weapons, you need to learn the respective martial art. This is my character here right now using the umbrella. If I now want to, for example, equip a DPS fan, I need to find the martial arts master and yoink that DPS fan art from him. And the actual healing fan martial arts I have here, you can get in the first 30 minutes of the game, because the unlock location is right below the first campfire that you activate, while the ranged DPS umbrella art is all the way at the bottom left, and it's going to take you another 15 hours to actually get to this point. Same goes for the Moblade, the glaive. That one is also all the way here at the bottom in region number 2, so 2 weapons that you would have to wait 15 hours to unlock. While the dual blades are also right here in region 1. That's your first starting campfire. This is where the dual blades are. So the healing fan, the dual blades, and the DPS fan, which is actually all the way up here, that's still region number 1. You can acquire them in the first 30 minutes to 1-2 hours of the game. In order to get actually to those, you will have to clear out these camps, because the first time clearing gives you a specific needle that you need to open the doorway for the art, and or you do some quests that will give you those needles. What I'm trying to say is, you can unlock every single weapon throughout the game. That is not the problem. You will have them at some point. However, I would personally never start with a healing fan and or the dual blades. You just have them unlocked so quick that it's a waste of your chance here. So I'd rather begin either with the glaive, or I would be going for the umbrella, which is, by the way, extremely strong. Otherwise, you again have to wait 15 hours to get those. Let's go through the starting weapons now and how they feel. With your light attack, you spam forward, hit enemies, and shoot also these projectiles. If you now hold your light attack, you actually go up and shoot out blades that you can aim at your enemies. Quite nifty. Later, you'll unlock a heavy attack that will have the umbrella hover next to you and shoot out the projectiles as you then swap over to your other weapon. That means you have a hovering umbrella together with your spear, glaive, fans, whatever. Quite nifty combo. And if you now activate your umbrella's ability, you can actually freeze enemies and or throw bosses to the ground. Boop. Does also massive damage. Now we're going up with holding the button, and we just spam them to death. Dash in, execute. Quite great, honestly. The umbrella is absolutely fun to play. What about the glaive now? It's a rather slow weapon, but hey, it packs some punch. That is your normal light attack. If I now hold my light attack button, you charge up the weapon, and then go for this hit. Your ability would be giving you a shield, which can be quite nifty, especially together with the umbrella. Because the umbrella you can put next to you to spam out projectiles, and then you could, for example, give yourself a shield to have those projectiles be spammed out. Fighting-wise, we can get ourselves our shield before we go in, then get up to the opponent, and compared to the umbrella, yep, it is already slower. However, we're very beefy, and we just really nifty hurt the opponent. Now we activate our shield again, so we don't have to care for any kind of retaliation. Then we charge up our weapon. And have to dash in between. Charge up. Hit. Massive damage. Quite nice. Definitely good for big group controls as you're going for these sweeping motions, and they help a lot to keep many enemies under control. The heavy attack you'd unlock down the line is stabbing your blade into the ground, pull enemies in, and then sweep around you. The dual blades are swift and nimble. This is me spamming away my light attacks, and yes, that would actually go really good together with the umbrella too to shoot out as many umbrella shots as possible. If I hold my light attack, nothing happens. if I, like, you know, I hold it, nothing happens. However, if I now use my ability and do it 3 times in a row, dashing forward like a madman, your heavy attack will spin your short blade to then slash it with your long blade. Fighting wise, you're going to feel full slice and dice mode. It was me using the ability 3 times in a row. Dude instantly dead. Parry, and then just spam away, kill. I mean, that speed is nothing. Like, honestly, like, remember how long it took us to just get someone down with a Mo Blade in comparison? And here we're just absolutely dicing away at them. Yeah, cool, quite nifty. Dual Blade's kind of cool. Lastly, we get the healing fan. This one won't be used for DPS purposes, right? This is a support weapon. You can still hit your enemies with this. Light attack is a simple spam away here. And you kill enemies. Then you can also hold, but that does nothing. And you have your ability, which actually does cause you to heal here. No, this is just healing you in waves. So what you're gonna do with the fan is more or less put down your heal and then swap actually over to your second weapon, like your spear, Mo Blade later on, dual blades, like fan dual blades works well. Fan also works extremely well with the umbrella, for example. Now, if we though would use this for fighting, I mean, we certainly can, right? It does actually do damage. Just it's not a DPS weapon, right? This is the healing fan art. There is actually a DPS fan version to get in region 1 as well, as I said. So that one would actually be better to get, especially because it pairs so well with the umbrella. However, like just putting this heal down and then being able to get yourself up again, especially with the limited healing potions that we have, it's not bad. The healing fan is not a terrible weapon. However, again, do not unlock this or take this because you just unlock it early on by getting yourself a respective key from the map, and then you just go right here to the temple. Before you know, ask Pony, but which weapon pairs together well with which? What should I do there? Technically, all weapons work well together. You can attack with your fan, then whoop, quick swap over to your spear again, and vamp, quick swap back to your fan. For example, every weapon kind of works well together with every other weapon. However, again, for example, for the umbrella, you really want to have something that can aggressively go forward. I like to use the umbrella and the spear together, for example. The reason for that is quite simple. I can, with my white attack, put the umbrella right next to me, then swap over to my spear, and the spear is fantastic at disabling your opponents, while then my umbrella is shooting away at them. And I can swap over back to my umbrella, get everyone stunned, and keep doing massive damages and or just fly up in the sky to finish them all off. And as soon as the umbrella hovers right next to me again, right, we can just swap over to the spear to then use the spear. Works extremely well against bosses. Really good, nifty combo. Which starting weapons are you going to choose, ladies and gentlemen? Post it in the comments below, and way more guides are on your way. Don't you worry about that.